Right, you'll see these big telegraph poles. I'm the only buyer of them in the United Kingdom, but they're coming very useful. These are probably 40 or 50 years old now. Now we use these, the big solid structures, anything between 9 and 12 inches in diameter is the mainstay for putting the wire down, which in the vine making job they call the curtain. So we secure at one end, we put a ratchet on the other, and we tighten this up at 3 foot.
Fairly fast, you can go pretty fast. Hang on, Alf. Whoa! Go on then, back her off.
And it goes all of the way along to the intermediary posts where they're also fastened. And then what we do is then we tie in the stakes for the vine, and the first thing we've got to do this year is to get them to grow to 3 foot and along the wire.
Well, I'm back with Bill Hobson. It's now approaching the end of September, so I've come today to just see how the vineyard that he planted in the spring is getting on. So things have changed a bit, Bill, since I last was here.
Well, they have. From the original sort of vine that we've put in, you see we have some growth now, and the growth rate has been sort of tremendous in terms of, this is the Rondo variety which we looked at before.
Yeah.
And the other side is Solaris, so we've just got 2 types down here.
Yes.
One which is white, one which is red. Something which I only found out last week at Plumpton is that you see all of the end rows here, although they've grown, they've not grown very well.
Yeah, very noticeably smaller, aren't they?
And the reason for this is that they're not competing with any other vines. They've only got one vine next to them, whereas the deeper you go down, the more vines you get. As you see when you get into the centre parts, they start to compete and they grow more.
Yes.
There's nothing much we can do about that. They will get there eventually.
Just nature.
But these have been in now 20 weeks, and if you imagine that they were sort of so big when we planted them, I think they've done extremely well. You see the leaves are starting to go now, the colouring, so basically the growing season's stopped now. We now let these die off during the winter. In January, February, we come and cut them down to 2 shoots, back to there again, and then the next year we want to get a Y shape.
So I've got to come back in, what, 2012 before I can see any
well, before you get any fruit. Although they might try to produce fruit next year, we won't let them put any fruit on these because we want the stock growth and we want the root growth into them. So the first year we'll get any grapes off these will be 2012.
Right, that's great, Bill. Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure. Hope you've enjoyed it. Like to see you again.
Bye.